All right, good Friday morning, everyone. Out here at the next job, which is going to entail trying to get those pile there burn up. Gonna have to be very, very careful. We're kind of in a drought situation right now, so I really don't want to burn the countryside down. But everything around this, as you can see, is plowed field or disc, so I think we'll be okay. But anyway, I'm gonna get the excavator over here in a little bit and kind of restack this and try to get this all worked up. And then there's a wet weather creek that kind of runs right through here. I'm gonna go and start pulling a bunch of gravel. It's kind of a waterway, and last year, it was almost this time, I guess, last year is when we cleared this property off and I opened that waterway up and worked it over, and it wasn't too long after that got some substantial rains, which brought in a whole bunch of gravel and almost filled it. It probably put, oh, I don't know, every bit of 5 foot, 6 foot worth of gravel in there, especially in certain places. But so anyway, yeah, we gotta kind of get that scooped out there as well. He wants to do that. So anyway, up here's this other brush pile that we're gonna see if it'll burn up. If not, I'm just gonna go put it in the woods. I don't know if much of it will burn up or not. I really don't. I'm afraid if I set it on, I'm liable to have the whole woods on fire. If I could take and carry it down to the other one, then we might be able to do that. I'll just have to tear into it and look and see. So anyway, that's the plan for today. I'm not gonna have a full day today, but I'm gonna work as long as I can. So anyway, I'm gonna introduce you to the new excavator. Finally got it loaded and moved, and gonna see how she does. Anyway, we'll be back in just a second. Okay, well, I'm gonna introduce you to the new excavator. This is a 2017. It's a Cabelco SK210LC-9. It's not perfect by any means, but seems to be what I have ran. It seems to be a pretty decent machine, pretty tight. Had the new Strickland thumb, 5-tine thumb put on it, and this is a Strickland 48-inch bucket, and I believe it is, I think I looked it up before, and I think it's almost 1.5 yards. So anyway, it's It's not quite as nice superficially, if you will, as the Komatsu was, but this has it's 2 years newer and has about half the hours on it. So I don't know much about Kobelco. We've got a pretty good dealer in our area, so parts and service and everything is not going to be an issue. So undercarriage is in pretty good shape. More than likely it's been on a pipeline job. The undercarriage does have some wear for the amount of hours, so it's probably done a lot of tracking early on, but everything's tight. Seems to run good. It's got a few dents and a few dinged up panels that I'll have to straighten as time goes on. But anyway, the story behind the Komatsu, I really like that machine, and it dug real well, and it was in really good shape for its age and hours. But every once in a while it would have a glitch on the hydraulics, and the stick, whether you're sticking out or sticking in, would stop. There would be a hesitation there, and then it would start working again. And a couple of the videos, I made notation of that in the video where it hesitated. You idle it down and you take the stick all the way out, and then you start bringing it in a full stroke. Bring it in, the stick would get down to about straight up and down, and then it would pause for a few seconds before it would go ahead and come on in. And so I don't know if there was a flow issue there or what, but I told the dealer about it, and they kind of dove into it, researched it, and thought it was compensators. Apparently those Komatsu machines have a bunch of compensators on the valve body, and there's like 16 of them. And so anyway, they started replacing those on that stick circuit and doing some other things, and next thing you know, I'd go up there to run it, and the stick may stop working completely, and you couldn't get it to start working again, or the bucket would quit working, quit curling or uncurling, and just stop, just freeze up. And I mean, it was just kind of one thing after the other, and it just, everything that they done, it just seemed like things started getting worse. So don't know if that was a precursor to a potential issue, but me and the salesman both agreed that we would probably walk away from that one, and they're going to have to do some research and probably going to have to spend quite a little bit of money to determine what maybe the problem was. So anyway, I mean, it could be something simple, or it could be something spools and a valve body, which is going to get costly. So anyway, they were able to come up with this machine, and again, I'll let you know at the end of the day, but what I have run of it, it seems to be okay, and it definitely is tighter than what the Komatsu was. It's actually a little bit lighter, which actually worked out much better when I hauled it. I hauled it yesterday for the first time, and it actually pulled so much easier. You wouldn't think 3,000 pounds would make that much difference, but I'm telling you, it's made a world of difference. And so I definitely much prefer to haul this one than I did that Komatsu. That Komatsu was, I mean, it was just squirrely. It was real top heavy, and it just made that my trailer just kind of, and it was heavier. And so anyway, it just made a, this machine is, like I said, just made a huge difference when it comes to to hauling it. This one does not have a coupler, which was almost a deal breaker, but I needed a machine, and I may revisit that at some point. It wouldn't be that big a deal to put a coupler on here and get a coupler length thumb. The dealer said that they would work with me and take this one in on trade, and you know, and then we just have to probably move a bracket a little bit, and then so we'd have to do a little bit of tweaking, but I'm gonna see how it does. But I really wanted that coupler. I really wanted that coupler because I wanted to get a ripper and to for ripping these around these trees and stuff. But hey, I mean, kind of is what it is right now, and you know, kind of got to get what I can get. And like I said, I hope it's going to be a good machine. Again, I've seen them around. Cabelco's, they've been around, actually, older company, they've been around a long time. They run a Hino engine, which is basically a division of Toyota. I don't know much about them, but from what I've read, they seem to be very good engines. I hope. I think it's about the same horsepower as the Komatsu was in the, I think, 165 horse range. So this one's got 31.5-inch tracks, and I think the Komatsu had 28s, I believe. So that'll help in the softer ground. So, but anyway, I'm going to throw my stuff in and make my way around to that brush pile over there, and we're going to tear it down and see if there's something I can carry over to this other one. I'm going to work on restacking this one and keeping this one going. Hopefully we don't have any embers get away, because that'll be bad. So I'm gonna have to be cognizant of that and watch for that. So anyway, here we go. Okay, here's the interior. One thing I will say is the cab, the interior in this thing is huge. It really is. A lot more room than some of the others that I've been in. The downside is it's not as plush as what the Komatsu was. So it's kind of more plain Janey than what the Komatsu was, which was a downside, but you know, what do you do? So anyway, we're gonna get her fired up here and start making our way. Start making our way over there and see if we can't get something done. Turn the air up a little. Yeah, let's see. Now this is what I've got to learn on this thing. Is and that's return. I should have had them change the. I should have had them change it because there's only 155 hours left. I should should have had them change the oil because it's kind of nasty. Clock settings, that's what I want. Whoa. I guess I could. 10. Trying to get my phase at night. Whoa. And shower. I wonder if there's a way to want to be military. I'm pretty sure there is. I hate trying to learn that'll probably end up by going back. We'll have to see. There's a lot of visibility in this thing too. And that one thing, the dealer didn't do a very good job of cleaning this thing up. I told him about that. All right. Like I said, this is going to be taking some getting used to. These controls. These controls are a little different than some of the others. The joysticks are really turned in, so. Matter of fact, I may it's going to be a learning curve, and to a foot operated thumb, so this is going to take some getting used to for sure. I know everybody says the joystick mounted thumb's the way to go, but we'll see, I guess. Alright guys, let's kind of catch you up with where I'm at. There's the brush pile. I cleaned a bunch of this, a bunch of limbs and stuff here, and then also the majority of that brush pile that was over there I took and brought over here. I'm not going to bring it all over here. When I get the dozer here, I'll push up. Just taking too long to track back and forth. So that's, you know, burned down real well. I've got her stacked up there pretty tight. So right here is where she starts. guys, I'm done for today. I mean, you can see I got a lot of gravel brought out of there, and I went back over and re-stirred up the and restacked the pile over there. Good grief. Anyway, my first impression of the Kobelco, I like it. I think it's gonna be fine, I think. You know, I put what? I put about 6 hours on it today, and I mean, no problems, and it you know, seemed to do well. I'm gonna have to replace the O-rings in this, which they had to do on the other side before I even used it. It's probably in here, but so anyway, I'll probably have to end up by doing that. Either that, or if this is a flat, if it's an O-ring type fitting, it may be in there. I don't know, that may be loose. I had to replace O-ring on the other side, but anyway, it's making a pass. So I've got to do that sometime. But anyway, all in all, I'm pleased right now. So we'll see what happens when I get it in some really hard clay, hard pan type ground. We'll see. I don't know if it's gonna have the same digging ability as the Komatsu or not. I don't know. We'll see. That Komatsu really, and even in the hard stuff, man, it just busts right through there and goes. So we'll see. But anyway, again, all in all, I'm pleased. You know, the bushings and the tracks are wore, and you know, so I'll probably have to put rails on it at some point. Don't know. Everything else doesn't look too bad. Sprockets aren't the greatest, but anyway, all in all, a little bit at a time. So main thing was to get it to working. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I should have a lot more videos with the new Kobelco, and but anyway, yeah, so like, subscribe, help me out, leave comments, tell me what you think, much appreciated. So anyway, I'll be back out here tomorrow. Don't know how much filming I'm gonna do exactly yet, but anyway, we'll be back out here tomorrow, hopefully get this finished up. I don't know if he wants to move that gravel. Sound like he wants to move that gravel, maybe up over in here someplace and pile it, so we'll see. But anyway, I'll catch you on the next job.